So for this video we are taking on the Abandoned Mine. It's on Master difficulty like all of these are. Really it's not the mine that we're taking on though, we're trying to catch a bandit, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and dive right in. We are using a mid-range monk style deck, but the reasoning will make sense in a moment. Essentially there's a special lane, it's the Mine Depths. Creatures can't be summoned here. Each turn, a player gains 1 magicka for each creature they have here. And then to make matters worse, our opponent starts with creatures in play, including 1 over there. So, in order to kind of deal with this, right, the encounter gives you a mine cart, which allows you to move a friendly creature over there, but then your opponent gets a copy of the cart, so you kind of have to be careful. But we are running, by running Monk, many things that will allow us to also move. So shadow shifts, dune stalkers, etc, etc. Pack wolf, scout, patrol, things like that are all intended to kind of make our lives a little bit easier. So we're gonna go ahead and do this and ship this because we want to be able to trade.
My scales shadow.
And we're going to take a lot of damage here unless we ship our guy back. But we will get magicka to kind of pump that up. So I actually think we're going to go ahead and leave it for now. We can always shadow shift next turn to ship it back and then trade. So we just have to not die here. Kind of hoping on prophecies, maybe? No? Alright. Hive Defender might help stall a little bit. So here we get our magicka, which is pretty fantastic. We're definitely taking that trade, and we're probably going to Hive Defender. Let's go ahead and get this poke in as well. And let's go ahead and do this. Because as you'll notice, it does play 1 in both sides, just like Pack Wolf. When we have to put the 2/2 here, but it'll ship 1 over. That kind of is like a pseudo ramp to let us continue to play things. We do also run Divine Fervor and Imperial Might, because if we drag the game out, it will kind of give us inevitability, for lack of a better term, excuse me. Okay, so this is the real problem child right now. Do we have a good way to get to it? At the moment we don't.
There are ill winds this
Doesn't mean that we don't have some tricks though. Let's see what this draws us. We may have to give him a minecart here, which is obviously not ideal. We are also going to go ahead and do this little poking as well. Yeah, it does look like that's going to be the case here. Let's go ahead and do that. Now we actually do not, in fact, have to provide the minecart yet. We may do it next turn. Though we do lose a lot of our ramp. Well, it's going to be 2 versus 1. Yeah, I like the Grand Ball play here. Let's go ahead and do the Grand Ball. Grand Ball is another card that we include for special tech for this encounter because of fun shenanigans like what we're doing right now. So now this survives this trade. We are going to eat some more damage here potentially. Oh, he's going to ship that over.
The forest will not suffer your
The
presence.
silence is kind of a big deal. But, okay, so he used it there, which actually helps us, because that means this will still trade here. Pick up a couple of executes that unfortunately do not help us a ton at the moment. So, how do we want to handle this? Even if we play Divine Fervor, it's not enough to pump this up to survive this trade. So in this instance, I actually think we take the draw, see if we can find something particularly saucy. I do really like the Grand Ball play here as well. But I think that we're also going to play the Cut Purse before we do it, just because it's going to get the power of movement. So the reason I like this play is we can still trade with the cat. But we essentially kind of pump our whole squad. I don't think we give him this rune quite yet.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
The day is mine.
Alright. That was unfortunate. Now, if we had... This ends up being amazing if we had a health lead, but sadly we do not. We do have a good execute target here, though. We do have a good javelin target here, though. And I sadly think that we wait. At this point,
We'll see how they like
we
someone who
are
fights
perfectly
back.
playing control, realistically. Alright, so Fervor does let us survive the trade.
Into the breach.
That is most definitely an issue. That is most definitely an issue. Oh, it would be so nice if we had got like a Cloud Rest Illusionist or anything that would let us execute this. But sadly we did not. Golden Saint would be a 5/5, which would eat at least 3 of them. Plus Hive Defender over here. Trying to figure out how we do this without dying. Oh, well. I think that sadly we're kind of stuck trading there, and at this point now,
Die, Shadeskin.
I think we're being punished for not having went face sooner. Also, I just cheated myself out of 2 damage.
Let nothing through.
I should have committed to that line sooner. I was trying to figure out what my potential outs were. I was kind of hung up on being angry about not triggering my own Golden Saint, but wow, Yapta did not fire anything. And of course, after we've used the execute, and then we draw this. So I think we just go for the win, right? Like it's just Tazcat and Prey, I guess, right? Let's run this over.
They make it too easy.
Annoying, but not the end of the world. Alright, so obviously I made some mistakes here, but as you can see, the deck has enough tech for the encounter in it that even if you play absolutely terrible, like I did this time around, you can still beat the encounter on Master. So I think this is a good list for taking on this encounter. Hopefully it works for you.